starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, and thank you for attending this morning's webinar. We will be talking today with Sean O'Connell from Great American. He will be talking to you more about Great American's great story, their financials, and a couple of the top selling products that they currently have, as well as some other issues too. And we want to thank him for being here today to present that. We certainly appreciate Great American and what they do for us and how they help you, the producer in the field. Before I get started with Sean, or I should say before he gets started, I want to just tell you a little bit about what's going on here at Insurance Agency Marketing. Again, my name is Jim Guinan. I'm an annuity sales director here with IAMS, and I've worked in this marketplace for over 16 years with companies like Great American, and focusing on helping you with your fixed annuity sales. So we appreciate your attendance. It will be recorded, and so if there's reason to listen to it later, or for some reason you can't attend the whole webinar, we do have it recorded for you. So moving on here, did want to talk a little bit about our academies. We will have another installment of our Life and Annuity Academy next spring. It has not been set yet as far as a date, but my guess would be that we'll be looking at around March of next year. And if you're not familiar with the academies, this is a 2-day training that, as you can see, a number of the topics that we go through. It is a training that we've done for a number of years now, I believe 7 or 8. Sometimes those trainings have been in Omaha. Oftentimes they're in Des Moines, and they've been in Kansas, I believe, in the past too. So we try to keep them fresh, up to speed on what's current and competitive in the marketplace. It's an opportunity for you to visit with top producers and certainly home office people like myself, talking about topics like fixed annuities, riders, single premium whole life, and also ways to brand your business. So if you have an interest in the Academy, we'd love to talk to you about it. We accept registrations pretty much throughout the year. We review them as we get closer to a date and know when that is. Then we have more serious discussions about some of your production and your goals. Again, this is a training that's designed for those people that are in the life and annuity marketplace now. They're writing the business. It is not a beginner type training program. If you have interest in this, I will offer a question here. If you would like to attend, please answer yes to the question, or no, that's fine too. Again, we do accept registrations now. We compile those, we keep track of them. We do like feedback, and we certainly look forward to inviting anywhere from 30 to 40 individuals per training session. The last one this fall was only about 25, so it was a little smaller group. And I've noticed in the time that I've been in insurance agency marketing, the production that comes from those individuals is much greater than the average agent that we will recruit. So I appreciate your response to that. If you have questions that you think of later, you can certainly ask myself or anyone in the annuity department for more information. Maybe an agenda, for example, from our last academy to give you an idea of what we do and the time frame that we give to that. But again, it's arrive on Wednesday evening, all day Thursday, half day Friday, and that's it. Okay. So I will close that question out for now. Appreciate your response. And moving on, talking about our creative services, and I mentioned branding in the a little bit ago. Matt Neal, who directs us a lot on the webinar side of things, is also in charge of a department that helps you with your marketing, whether it's email or print marketing, ways to brand yourself and your business. If you're interested in looking into not webinars, excuse me, but building a website, you want to talk with Matt Neal, and he can give you an idea of what we can do to help you grow that business. This is a good time. As many of you know, we're coming into the end of 2016 already, and the 2017 is around the corner. It's a good time to assess what you want to do for next year. And so, again, I encourage you to reach out to Matt or Adam in that department for some ideas, some maybe more information that they can provide to you and ways to help you grow your business. Okay, just a couple more pieces of information here, and then we'll move on. New producer bonus. Many of you know about the new producer bonus, but for those of you that don't, we have a program in place here at Insurance Agency Marketing to incent you in your start to writing business with us. For in your first 180 days or 6 months of writing business, as you can see the different levels that you can actually obtain, and what it means to us, to you, to write that business. So for in your first 6 months, for example, you write a $100,000 index sale, it's actually a $750 cash bonus. But again, these are thresholds that you can obtain. So if you're well over that, you get to the next level. As you can see, those are the rewards that we give you. It's our way of saying thank you for writing business with us here at IAMS, and a way to get you started into placing business with us. Or again, this is for index business, as well as single premium whole life has a production level requirement. So moving on, easy money. The other way that we can incent you, of course, here at IAMS is through our referred producer program, as well as marketing reimbursement. And as you can see, you refer a producer to us. We don't limit this. This is not a one-time bonus or a one-time producer bonus. It's ongoing. So as you refer agents to us, we reward you. And again, that doesn't come from anything that you earn. It doesn't come from their commission. It comes from our pocket here at IAMS. Again, referring people to us is some of the most qualified producers that we've seen. And the marketing reimbursement, again, something we throw into an account for you for the production that you write. So target premium, target life premium, single premium whole life, fixed index business, all has a conversion of dollars that go into the marketing account that can then be used for your expenses in your business. So whether it's E&O, a lead mailer that you're going to send, or a seminar program, you submit those receipts to us, and then we will pay out from the marketing reimbursement account to you for that. So again, our way of saying thank you for an ongoing business that you write. Okay, at this point I want to turn the presentation over to Sean, and I will let him go from here. Sean, do you have the presentation?
I do not have the control of the screen.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let me get this open. Okay, thank you, Jim. I appreciate the partnership with IAMS. It's been a long-standing partnership, and we appreciate all the business they send our way. If you're not familiar with Great American, I'm going to just spend a few minutes talking about who we are as a company. We're based in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we actually have the tallest building in downtown overlooking Great American Ballpark. If you're not familiar with the ballpark, it's the home of the Cincinnati Reds, and so you get to see that stadium anytime you're watching a ball game. We are a publicly traded company. The holding company is called American Financial Group, And I always like to say that I work for a really big family-owned business, even though we are publicly traded. You can see we're over $50 billion in assets as of June of this year. And as I mentioned, our strong family heritage, the gentleman in the middle there, Carl Lindner Jr., was really the quintessential American success story. Dropped out of high school during the Great Depression. His father had a dairy business, and along with his brothers and sisters, he opened up a cash and carry selling dairy products known as United Dairy Farmers. And that business still exists today. It is a chain of convenience stores throughout the Ohio, Kentucky, and the area. Mr. Lindner passed away in 2011, and today his sons run the company. Carl Lindner III focuses on the property and casualty side of the business, and Craig Lindner focuses on the annuity side. We are a top provider of both fixed and fixed indexed annuities. We're in the top 5 of fixed annuities in financial institutions. We're number 1 in fixed indexed and number 3 in retail sales. And retail sales to us means the independent insurance agent, basically. Obviously, in today's world, the financial strength of the company is of the utmost importance. We have been A-rated by AM Best for over 35 years, A+ from Standard & Poor's. And the one thing I always can tell an agent is that you'll never be embarrassed about placing your client's money in a Great American contract. We have strong capital, and we are in growth mode. As I mentioned about us being a family-owned business, our management team consists, starting at the top, with the Lindner brothers, who have spent their entire career in Great American. Our average tenure among our senior executives is in excess of 25 years. Our chief financial officer has been here for over 35. Our chief marketing officer has been here 25. We have a solid level of capital. I believe the last figure that I heard was that we're around $850 million of excess capital. And you can see that over the last 10, 11 years, we've had really some strong growth. Back in 2005, when I joined the company, we were doing about $800 million of annuity premium. You can see that the last slide there said columns 3.7 million. In 2016, we're going to finish up around $4.2 billion. So getting into a couple of our top-selling products, of that $4.2 billion, our number 1 seller is going to be the American Legend 3. This is pretty much a straightforward, simple contract, 7-year surrender charge. It is a flexible premium contract, so you can add additional deposits after the contract has been issued. We offer a couple of different indexing strategies. The S&P Risk Control, which has a participation rate, an annual point-to-point cap on the S&P 500, as well as an 18-month point-to-point S&P 500, and then the gold point-to-point, which is based on the largest ETF gold on the market. We offer multiple income riders that are available at point of purchase, including the Income Secure, which is a pure income benefit, the Inheritance Enhancer, which is a death benefit rider, and then the Income Sustainer Plus, which combines the two. So a couple of things that are unique to Great American. We issue our fixed index contracts through age 85. So I know a lot of other carriers won't issue past age 80. We accept both non-qualified and qualified tax status. Our purchase payments are $10,000 to open the contract. And again, I mentioned that it is a flexible premium contract. You do need to make additional deposits of $2,000. The maximum we will accept is $1 million through age 85, $750,000 through age 80, and then $500,000 above. I point those out as those are without home office approval. If you run into a case where you're looking to take longer or larger periods, just give us a call. We're happy to work with you on larger cases. We just need to run those through the approval process. As I mentioned, it is a 7-year contract, so the surrender charges start at 9%, decline 1% a year for the next 7 years, and then go away at the end of the year. Important to point out that if somebody makes additional deposits, if they made a $2,000 deposit in year 4, the surrender charges are based on the date the contract was issued. You do allow 10% free out beginning in the first year. So if somebody has a need for immediate liquidity, that is available. You can see our current caps, and I do need to make a little adjustment to those. Yesterday afternoon we announced a rate increase, which was significant. So on the Legend 3, the declared rate now is 2%. The S&P 1-year point-to-point is 5.25. The 18-month is at 7%, and the gold is at 5.5%. So the participation rate is up to 60%. The other thing that's important to notice on this contract is the guaranteed minimum surrender value is 1 on 100. So worst case scenario is if you had a 7-year declining market, the client would still walk away with 1% compounded annually. In this day and age, we want to offer multiple commission options. We know a lot of advisors have moved to an AUM business model, so we're happy to pay you any way you want. For somebody whose business is still based on the upfront commission, we will pay that at $475. We're happy to pay you over a 3-year of getting a little over 3.5%. 1.5 the second year, and 1. And then for those that are looking to build a trail model, we'll have a trail account value where we'll pay 3% up front with a 50 basis point trail, or what we call our level trail, which pays 135 up front and a 75 basis point trail. So obviously if you take a longer payout, we're willing to pay you more. Our number 2 selling contract is called the Safe Return, and this has resonated with a number of producers for a couple of reasons. There's some differences to this than our typical contract in that it is a minimum purchase of $25,000 to open the contract, and it is a single premium. We will accept payments in the first 60 days, so if somebody had multiple transfers coming, if they get in the first 60 days, we will be happy to put them into the one contract. But if it's going to be past that 60-day window, a second contract would need to be open. It does have a bailout on the cap. We do again offer the uncapped earning potential with the S&P risk control with 10. It has a return of premium guarantee, which I'll get into in a little bit. And like all of our contracts, 10% penalty free out beginning in the first year. And all of our income riders are available to be added at issue. So again, our issue ages up through age 85. We will take qualified, non-qualified money. And we will also do inherited IRAs and inherited non-qualified. Our standard purchase payments are, again, minimum of $25,000. We'll take a maximum up to $1,000,000, $750,000, or $500,000. So bailout feature, if you've been in this business for any length of time, you have probably either sold or seen some clients purchase fixed indexed annuities that had attractive caps when the contracts was issued, and then in subsequent years those caps were renewed significantly below at issue. So we built in a bailout feature to our contract, so if we ever renew below a certain level, the client can walk away with the full account value. Our surrender charges are 10%, declining 1% a year. And again, with a focus on liquidity, we do offer 10% free out beginning in that first year. The other unique feature to this contract is our return of premium. I'm sure that if you've talked to clients about annuities in the past, you have run across clients that like the concept, but are against tying up their money for 7 or 10 years. So in the Safe Return, there is a built-in return of premium. This is not a rider. The client does not pay for that, and it allows the client to access their full deposit at any point in time without surrender charges. So if they run into an unusual situation where they find themselves in need of that cash, if it's 6 months down the road or 2 years down the road, they're guaranteed to get no less than what they paid in. So we all know that the biggest objection to buying an annuity is, what if I need my money? This, in essence, eliminates that objection. Again, our current wraps have been increased as of yesterday. So on the Safe Return, the participation rate on that risk control is at 55% now. The annual point-to-point is at 475. The declared rate is at 1. And again, the guaranteed minimum surrender value, worst case scenario, is they get 1% on 100% of their money compounded annually. You can see the bailouts listed there on the participation rate. If the participation rate ever drops below 25%, client can walk away with full account value. Or on the annual point-to-point, if we ever renew below 3%, the client can walk away. Again, offering multiple commission options to fit your individual business model. The HEAP commission on the Safe Return is 5.5%. If you want to take that over 3 years, 475, 1.5, and 75 basis points. So over that 3-year period, you're going to get a little over 7%. If you'd like to take the Trail AV, we'll give you 4.25 up front with a 50 basis point trail or a level trail of 1%. I always like to point out that if you're adding an income rider to the contract, it really is beneficial to you to take a look at those trail commission options. In essence, if you put that rider on a contract, that business is going to be on the books for an extended period of time. You might as well continue to get paid to do those annual reviews. We do offer optional income riders. We offer three riders. I'm going to focus on two of them this afternoon. One is our income secure, which is a pure income benefit. The inheritance enhancer, which is our death benefit. And then the income sustainer plus, which I'm not in the time to talk to about detail, but certainly the folks and I can fill you in on that. So the income secure, 7% simple roll up to 10 years. One of the things that you need in Great America is the charges are reflected as death. You can start your income immediately, and we have 1 year payment on the payment. So the annual charge for this rider is 95 basis points. And as I mentioned, those charges are refunded to the account value as F. So if one of your clients purchased a contract, it rolls up to 7 or 8 years. Client passes away, has started that income, we will refund those charges back to the contract. Again, I mentioned 7% simple income roll-up for 10 years. At the end of that 10 years, the roll-up does stop. You will see information about roll-up, reset uncertainty. In today's rate environment, that is virtually impossible because the account value has to exceed the roll-up value. So it's capped at 4 to 5% range, or roll-up of 7%. The client would own that for a long period of time. If you do have a reset, the roll-up stops at 250% of the deposit amount. We offer both single and joint income. That selection does not need to be made when the contract is purchased, so the client has the ability to determine that payout when they decide they need income. As I mentioned, we do band in 1 year increments. For each year they defer, starting that income, they get an additional 10 basis points on their payout. You can see our standard rates. 55 is the earliest begin income. At age is 4%. At 65, it's gone up to 5%. And it goes up 10 basis points each year, all the way up to 90 for the years that they defer. If they turn that income on, they're locked into that percentage. By starting income at age 70, they get 5.5% for life. Joint income payout is 100 basis points. Our compliance department always wants to say hello to you. Those are my disclaimers. The inheritance enhancer is our death benefit rider, and I believe this is a highly underutilized benefit. I think there are many clients out there that have a desire to leave a legacy behind. All the surveys from UMRA, Insured Retirement Institute, that outside of outliving money, retirees' greatest desire is to leave a legacy. So again, this works much like our income secure rider. It's really a death benefit. Rolls up to 7% simple interest for 10 years. The roll-up period can extend past age 85. So this contract, you can add it to any of our annuities. Up to age 85, they could roll up for 10 years up to age 95. Beneficiary has a choice of taking a lump sum payout or a 5-year payout or longer. Again, we do refund the rider charges at death if they have not made past 5-year window with buyer's enhanced death benefit. Charge for the rider, 5 basis points. Again, that is refunded if they die in the first 5 years. So the roll-up is 7% applies up to 10 years. It includes all purchase payments made in the first year. And I point that out because if you call the legend, for example, was a flexible premium.
Sean, this is Jim.
Yes, Jim?
Yes, I wondered, could you turn your volume down? There's an echo on the recording.
Certainly can turn the volume down. Not sure what the issue is with that. So this is a guaranteed death benefit. I always talk about my dad when he got sick and knew he was not going to live much longer. One of the things that he was focusing on is, and he already had 3 CDs set up on the side for his 3 grandchildren. And by hook or by crook, my mom was going to have to do without those 3 CDs. You do have to live 5 years in order to take advantage of that death benefit. What you want to do is avoid people prospecting in the hospice wards, if you will. So you have to live for 5 contract years. Once you live for that 5th year, then the enhanced death benefit kicks in. If you die in the first 5 years, we do refund the charges, as I mentioned. And if there is a spouse involved, that spouse can become the successor owner. So if they died in the 3rd year, the spouse can assume the contract and the death benefit rider, and that can roll up for the remaining period of time. After the 5th contract year, the enhanced death benefit is available, but if the spouse wanted to continue that roll-up for maybe the remaining 4 or 5 years, whatever was left, they have that ability as well. As I mentioned, there is a choice of benefits. So when the death occurs, they can take a lump sum that is equal to 50% of the benefit base amount over the account value, or they can take the full payments payout over 5 years. So an example of that, if my account value was $100,000 and my benefit base amount was $170,000, I could take a payout of $135,000 or 5 payments equaling $170,000. Each beneficiary can choose that payout. We know it's difficult to get siblings to agree on money. So if one wanted to take a lump sum and one wanted to take the 5-year, we can accommodate that. Again, our lifestyle department, they like to say hello to you. I would also drive you to our website, GA Connect, where you can get all your marketing materials, you can run illustrations, and track your business. It's a very user-friendly site. And with that, I would point out our sales desk number. They're open at 5:30 Eastern Time. Everybody on that desk is insurance and securities licensed. They're a wealth of information. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Sean, I did get a question from a producer regarding the Legend 3, and you mentioned was that the top selling product? Is that correct?
Correct. It is by a good margin our #1 seller.
Okay, and what do you think that's attributed to mostly?
I think as you see, you have some very attractive caps, shorter surrender. So people are not looking to tie their money up as long, particularly in this low interest rate environment. So it gives them more flexibility in that regard. And with our 10% built-in free liquidity, there's not a lot of bells and whistles. It's something that clients can understand, and they like that simplicity.
Mm-hmm. Good. Great. Yeah. I certainly I don't have any other questions at this time. I think we had some, but they were answered as we got through. I do want to thank you very much for going through what are some of the best products that you can find in the industry, not just within Great American, but very competitively priced fixed products, pretty simple designs, but very competitively priced, and with those new rates, very strong compared to the marketplace right now, especially on a 7-year, a 10-year. Return of premium products, again, are very hard to find. I know in our portfolio, there's only about 2 other carriers that really have a return of premium product that's available right away. Let's see, I don't have any other questions. I do want to mention to those of you, if you have an interest in getting appointed with Great American, please respond to the poll question. If you'd like more information on any of the products that were mentioned by Sean, whether it's the Legend 3 or the return of premium product, which is Safe Return, certainly let me know, and we can get you more information or appointment paperwork, either one, on Great American. So we would certainly be glad to get that out for you, and answer any questions you have. Great American is one of our best companies right now in the index market, whether it's accumulation or income. It's hard to find both, and we certainly like working with them. Excuse me. So again, let me know if you'd like more information. I've worked with Great American now for over a decade. Believe it or not, I actually own a Great American policy, and I'm very happy with it. They do a great job in renewals. I'm not sure that was something that I may have missed it, but I didn't hear that. But I will tell you, as a policyholder and a marketer that's worked with Great American, their integrity of renewals is fantastic. So again,
Jim,
I just point out that actually on the Legend 3, you can actually go onto our website and see renewal history, so it's out there for everybody to take a look at.
Fantastic. I did not know that. Well, we certainly appreciated your responses. We'll be glad to get the information to you, as I mentioned. And if there's no other questions, if you do have questions later, by all means, let me know, or the annuity department. And Sean, thank you so much for your time today, and we appreciate the information. We look forward to continued business with Great American and anything that you bring to that. We certainly appreciate your help and guidance. And again, thanks for your time today. We appreciate it, and have a good rest of your week.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Webinar 5.